Electric cars unplugged. Three reasons they're not zooming ahead. As of right now, everybody knows that electric vehicle market is nowhere near what people expected it to be. The sales are not as high, and there are a lot of obstacles in the way that are preventing people from experiencing electric vehicles. So let's get into the top three reasons as to why the electric vehicle market isn't what it's supposed to be as of right now. Number one, maintenance and upkeep on electric vehicles are not cost effective with the initial price of the vehicle. A lot of these cars, when they have issues, whether it be for the batteries, they're not cheap at all to fix. And when you've already paid 50, $60,000 plus for an electric vehicle and your fix is a $15,000 fix, it's not really cost effective to buy a vehicle of that nature when you can buy a gas powered vehicle and not have to worry about those same issues. So that's one of the main issues that, people have to take in consideration when you're buying these electric vehicles is making sure that, if a battery goes out, how much is it going to cost and are you going to be able to afford that? Number two is going to be the average range of these vehicles are it's just not high enough for people to feel comfortable with buying a vehicle. If you have a vehicle that's saying that it's maxing out at 360 miles and let's say you're on a road trip at 450, you're going to have to charge at least once. Let's say that you're in a situation where you may not even have a station that's in that area or in that vicinity, or you may have to go out the way to charge the car just to make sure you can make that trip. It's just right now, it's just not making sense for a lot of people knowing that, if you have a gas powered vehicle, you can stop at a gas station, get your gas, and keep it moving. Number three is it's got to be the infrastructure. The infrastructure is just not large enough to support mass adoption. We don't have enough charging stations. And even still, with the charging stations, it's a situation where you're having people bringing their own charging stations from home. And when you're doing that, is it really cost effective and is it really making sense for me owning this vehicle when I'm wanting to take it for longer distance trips? So those are just three things that you have to take into consideration when you're making your decision on whether to buy an electric vehicle or if you want to, get a gas powered. Just another few things to think about as well. China and Europe right now, they're leading the EV market in sales and infrastructure. Their infrastructure is almost doubling every single year, adding more pieces to, their charging stations. As of right now, it seems that maybe hybrid vehicles should have been a better transition compared to electric vehicles. When you're thinking about right now, as far as how many charging stations we have out there just alone, that would be a good reason to have a hybrid compared to just an electric vehicle. At least then, worst case scenario, you can always get gas until we get more charging stations on these highways and byways. Even still, right now, it's just not making any sense for a lot of people to own electric vehicles for your primary vehicle. As of right now, compared to what your situation is and where you're seeing the market going, do you see yourself owning an electric vehicle in the next 2 years? And with China and Europe leading the EV market and sales and infrastructure, do you think the United States will ever catch up? Leave something in the comments.